and today we're making another Dragon Adventures video. In today's video, it is once again Twitter Code Tuesday, so we are here to bring you the lovely Twitter code of a Tuesday, even though it's Wednesday, and you might not see this till Thursday. But anyways, it's here, and we know it's here. I also did my nails on one hand, because that's lovely. It's amazing. But I got 2 pink, 1 gold, and 2 blue, because why not? I didn't have yellow, so I used gold, but I like it a lot better because it had little sparklies in it. And then I ended up putting sparklies on all my nails, and so now I got sparkly nails, and it's amazing. But also, there has not been any new updates for Dragon Adventures, at least. Creatures of Sonaria is definitely having a lot more updates, and I think we're all realizing that obviously Creatures of Sonaria is being focused on more at the moment, and a lot of people are now kind of saying that they don't know whether or not there is going to actually be a winter event or not for this year. So we're actually all kind of unsure about that, so can't really say whether or not there is going to be one, but we have heard things about it. But again, we're a little unsure. Another thing that I wanted to mention that we could do is, since I kind of have a feeling that even for next Tuesday there's not going to be any updates, what I want you guys to do is in this video, I want to have you guys ask questions, like maybe any questions you have for Dragon Adventures mainly. Maybe something you just don't get, maybe something with like getting a map, maybe just how to do this, anything like that, because I just want to kind of have something to do next time instead of kind of just sitting here talking about something random and then showing you a code and then that's the whole video, you know. I want to have kind of like a purpose for the video, so we're gonna give the video purpose, and so I want you guys to just ask maybe any question that comes to mind. It could just be, how do I get this for this kind of decor in my base? How do I make a better looking base? How do I get more money in the game? You know, just any random question like that, and then I'll try to go over it. I'll probably ask you again in the next video. We'll kind of keep it going for a while, and then, you know, just have the code at the end, and then bam bam boom, we got stuff going on, and we're actually learning together, which is amazing. Because what's also great is whenever I usually don't end up knowing something and I say that in the video, someone in the comments will usually tell me about this thing and how it works, and so it is basically both of us learning, because I have people teaching me how these things work, and then I have me myself teaching you guys how things work. And so I think it's really cool because we're all just kind of here working together, and so, you know, community. Alright, anyways though, I guess we're just gonna mess around with the base a little bit, because I did say I wanted to try out that apple trophy kind of entrance thing again, because there is no updates. So anyways, what I was planning to do was just have a bunch of trophies that kind of went off in some kind of way. That's the only thing I'm unsure about. Like, I don't know if I want them to make a shape or if I just want to have a ton of golden apple trophies lined up somewhere. These guys are pretty big. So we'll kind of have to, I guess, figure out what we're doing as we're putting them down. Alright, let's see. Let's first line these 2 up here. Are you touching? They're touching. Okay. See, I'm not very good at being symmetrical. So you're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of really bad lineup here, because I think that they're usually lined up pretty good, but then they're not, and so I don't know. Alright, let's see. Craft. Ooh, oh goodness. Wait, how did it get bigger? I was pretty sure it was a lot smaller. What? Okay, anyways, let's craft these things. So we just got a bunch of apple ones that we're gonna make here. Let's see, what do we want to do? What kind of crazy looking pattern do we want? Let's put this corner to corner, corner to corner, so I can do that over here and kind of remember it. Corner to corner. Lovely. Alright, and we got our little glowing mushrooms in between there to kind of fill in the space. Nice, we're doing something. It already looks a little better. A little. We can add a golden apple trophy to the end of this one as well. Maybe also corner to corner. Let's see, corner to corner. I guess corner's sticking out more. Let's try and remember that on this side. I mean, okay, honestly, something that I could talk about right now would be memory. Now, I've had so many people where we'll play like memory games and they'll kind of complain and they'll be like, I don't have a good memory and I don't know, I can't remember this and I can't do that. And I mean, I don't think I've ever really been one of those people, because honestly, I don't know, I feel like in a way I can definitely say that I'm genuinely pretty good at remembering things, but I don't know, sometimes if it's like in a matter of 5 seconds I have to remember something, somehow it will just disappear. And then way later it will come back to me like, oh, because I've had this one situation where I was watching a Pirates of the Caribbean movie and I was trying to remember the name Bermuda Triangle, and I was like, this spot right here where the water falls in is called I was trying to think of the name, and a week later I was like, Bermuda Triangle. It was like, what? And I was like, that's what I was thinking of a few days ago. And they were like, it's not even relevant anymore. It's like, I know, but it kind of just, it comes back to you just so suddenly, and it's like, you gotta let people know that you've remembered this, because, you know, it doesn't make sense. They don't need to know that you remembered it, but I feel like in a way, I don't know, it's so odd to explain. It's just something I'll do out of nowhere. Usually also, like, if I had a conversation with somebody about something and we were both forgetting about that thing, then if I remember it, I'll go back in and I'll be like, do you remember that chat we had a few weeks ago? I remembered what we were trying to think about. We're like, and I don't know, and then we'll go back into the conversation again, although, again, the conversation isn't really relevant anymore, so, but it's definitely, like, interesting. It's definitely a conversation started. It's like, so why'd you remember this? I don't know, random things. Alright, I don't actually know how I'm feeling about this. I don't know what's happening here. We've got just golden apples. The dog is barking also, if you can hear him being obnoxiously loud. But I don't exactly know if I like this that much. I mean, it's not that bad, definitely not bad, but it's not my favorite. I'm definitely feeling like as well that a lot of these other things aren't lined up good either, because obviously all of these things are touching where, and over here it's not. So I think that I did something that caused something to be like closer over on this side than on the other side. Hold on, let's see. Can I put you in here now? Yeah, okay. See, we fixed that little problem there, but it definitely was, I think, a lot tighter over there for some reason. Again, my symmetry in this game is really bad. We've seen it happen before. We've seen it many times over and over again. Where I'm like, oh yeah, everything is exactly this many spots away, and then someone's like, you know, I think your base is leaning more to the left, and I'm like, I think you're right, because I'm obviously not doing a very good job at lining it up. This right here, I feel like is in the middle, but it could be leaning more to the right, and it definitely looks like it is. But this one is obviously leaning more to the left, but that was intentional because of how I had it building up over there. But I don't know, I'm not very good at symmetry, and I think we've all kind of realized this. I feel like this is something we're all just like, oh, yeah, not very good at symmetry. It's like, yeah, I know. I do know. Alright, let's see. Is that good? I think so. We'll leave it like that. We got lovely golden trophies now. It definitely kind of makes me look like I'm rich in a way. Not really, because these are kind of easy to get. Anyways, you guys are here for a Twitter code. I got that. Don't worry, I'm here. We got a Twitter code. The Twitter code for today is delicious. It is in all caps. I did just copy and paste it because who knows why. I was a little lazy today. Anyways, here it is. I'll leave it here for you to look at. Anyways, and then we click submit. And we get 20 peach seeds, which I think that's really good because peaches are actually a really good way to farm. Well, I mean, at least when you're beginning, because obviously the higher up maps give you more valuable items, but but peaches were always one of my main things that got me the money that I needed for maps and stuff, and that's usually how I bought things in leisure a lot of the time. Peaches were always my answer, and now that you can have your base full of peaches, that is just amazing. So peaches, definitely worth it. I should put some in here. I don't think I do have any at the moment, which is actually kind of sad. Do I have peach plants? I do. Yeah, I do. I got 13 of them, but I need to find somewhere to put them. I think I'm going to end up actually putting them over here, probably in this area, because I feel like it kind of fits the theme going on over here. You know, I'm going to get rid of this real quick. I don't want that there. Anyways, peaches are really good for you, you know? I mean, they're also good for you in real life, but I'm not actually a big fan of peaches. I like peach rings, but not peaches. But peaches and dragon adventures, they're good for you. They get you that money. If you want proof, I probably can sell some right now. No, I can't. I forgot I didn't have any plants out. We can sell my pumpkins though. Not like that's the same thing, but you know, they're here. Look. Ooh, pumpkins, 7,000. So cash money. Anyways, though, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe to be a part of Lyla Squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.